Do you know what the single greatest investment of your life is? It's not stocks. It's not real estate. It's not gold or crypto. The ultimate investment, the one asset with the power to generate infinite returns or drive you to bankruptcy, is your mind. But every single day, we let this priceless asset go bankrupt over the smallest things. A negative text message, and boom, your emotional portfolio plummets. A stranger's opinion online, and your self-worth evaporates. One small mistake at work, and you spiral into a kind of mental debt crisis, beating yourself up, hating yourself for hours, even days. This is the core issue. The real battle isn't out there. It's not the economy. It's not your boss. It's not your competition. The real war, the only one worth fighting, is in your mind. Like when you're sitting alone with a journal, under a warm light, writing down your fears about money, about failure. The battle is right there. We are living in a state of reaction instead of a state of creation. We scroll, we compare, we envy, we fear. We constantly let the outside world dictate our internal state. And in the process, we lose our quiet strength, our most valuable inner capital. The great Emperor Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, who dealt with war, plague, and betrayal, wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just a philosophy quote, it's a weapon. This video is not motivation. Motivation is like sugar, sweet, thrilling, but it fades fast. It gives you a short-term high, and then leaves you with a tired body and an empty mind. What I want to give you today isn't sugar. It's the mental armor that will last you a lifetime. It's discipline. It's deep understanding. This is the operating system for an unbreakable mind. Today, I want to walk you through 8 Stoic principles, 8 strategies to invest in your mind, so that from this day forward, nothing and no one can make you go bankrupt again. Principle 1. Embrace discomfort like a friend, or rather, as an investment opportunity. Why? Why are modern humans so afraid of the very things that make our will stronger? We run from the cold. We run from silence. We run from physical pain. We run from necessary confrontation. We treat them as enemies to be eliminated, instead of teachers to be studied. Modern society sells us an illusion, comfort, and we are addicted to it. Comfort has become a legal, socially approved drug. We seek warmth, convenience, validation. And the result? How weak have we become? So weak that a slow Wi-Fi signal can feel like a catastrophe, ruining the peace of an entire evening. So weak that one piece of direct feedback can make us spiral. Comfort has become the silent poison of the modern world. It sedates your potential. It softens your discipline. It makes you forget what you are truly capable of enduring. It is a high-interest loan. You borrow the ease of today, and you pay for it with the weakness, the fragility of tomorrow. And this isn't your fault. We were programmed this way by society. But today, we choose to rewrite that programming. If you are listening to this and you feel weak, it's okay. We are here to train, not to judge. The philosopher Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, said, "The man who anticipates troubles takes away their power." What did he mean? When you willingly step into hardship, when you voluntarily choose the difficult path, fear loses its power over you. You strip away the weapon of surprise. You no longer fear the punch, because you've been hitting the bag every day. The person who willingly takes cold showers no longer fears the winter cold. The person who willingly faces conflict no longer fears criticism. Look at Marcus Aurelius. He didn't write Meditations from a plush palace. He wrote it in a tent, on the bloody front lines in Germania. He dealt with constant war, the Antonine Plague that killed millions, and the betrayal of Avidius Cassius, his most trusted general. His strength didn't come from his throne. It came from accepting harsh reality as his companion. He accepted the cold, the hunger, the fatigue, and the fear as a necessary part of life. Shift your mindset right now. Discomfort is not a punishment. It is the forge that transforms you. Steel is forged in fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. So are human beings. A cold shower, that's not penance. That is you performing a mental rewiring. You are sending a message to your brain. I control this body. This body does not control me. Waking up 30 minutes earlier when the alarm rings. That is an investment in discipline. Defeating your greatest enemy, your own weakness. Starting the difficult conversation you've avoided all week. That is training your courage. Every time you do something hard, you are making a deposit into your willpower bank account. So that when crisis hits, when life truly punches you, you have enough capital to withdraw. You will not go mentally bankrupt. The man who can suffer willingly can never truly suffer again, because he has turned pain into practice. He has befriended what others fear. Your exercise today. Pick one small discomfort, one thing you're avoiding. Maybe it's calling a difficult client. Maybe it's taking 10 flights of stairs. And instead of running, just try to observe it. Just observe. Feel it in your body. And do it with a deep breath. No rush. Just be present with it. Tell yourself, discomfort is my training ground. Principle number 2, control your emotions before they control you. You can have the best business strategy. You can be the smartest person in the room. You can have all the skills. But if you cannot master your emotions, you will always be a slave. Imagine you are a puppet. A burst of anger, and someone is pulling your strings. Your boss yells at you, and you go home and yell at your family. You've been pulled. A wave of fear, and you freeze, paralyzed. You see an opportunity, but you're afraid to fail, so you do nothing. You've been pulled. A word of criticism, and you shrink, doubting yourself. You've been pulled. A small trading loss makes you want to win it back with reckless decisions. A debt collection notice or a bank balance nearing zero makes you panic and make hasty choices. That is emotion controlling your portfolio, not logic. You let the momentary swings of the emotional market dictate your entire strategy. You've lost control. You've become the puppet. I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. I'm saying this so you can see you have so much more power than you think. Life does not defeat us. Our reactions to it defeat us. The secret of the Stoics is this. Remember this. Emotions are messengers. They are not commands. They are just data. They are a brilliant early warning system given to us by nature. Anger is a report. This situation seems unjust. My values are being violated. Fear is a report. This situation looks dangerous. Be careful. They do not have the authority to command, burn down the house, or run away. You are the one in command. You are the CEO. Emotions are the staff bringing you reports. Never let the staff take over the CEO's office. If you let the staff run the company will be chaos. If you let emotions run your life will be the same. The job of a good CEO is to listen to the reports, not to fire the staff or blindly follow their advice. Listen to your anger. What is it telling you? Listen to your fear. What is it trying to protect you from? Epictetus, a man who was once a slave, who endured physical pain we cannot imagine, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Those 13 words are the foundation of emotional freedom. When you realize that every external event must pass through the filter of your own interpretation, you reclaim your power. No one can make you angry without your permission. The insult, the rejection, the failure, they are neutral until your mind labels them as painful. How do we do this? Create a sacred pause between the stimulus, someone's insult, and the response, your insult back. There's a space, maybe it's only 1 second long. In that space is your power to choose. The average person fills that space with an instant reaction. The Stoic fills it with silence and reason. How do you create that space? By naming the emotion. When you feel angry, don't say, "I am angry." Take a step back in your mind and say, "I notice the feeling of anger arising." Observe it like a scientist. "Ah, this is anger. My heart is beating faster. My face is hot." The moment you observe it, you're no longer it. You have separated from it. The storm is still there, but you're no longer in the middle of it. You have stepped back to the shore, watching the waves. No one can take your peace if you don't give them permission. The strong person is not the one with no emotions. That is a terrible myth. The Stoic feels everything, perhaps more deeply than others, but they are not controlled by it. The strong person is the one with emotional structure. They are the architect of their mind, not its victim. Practice this 3-step ritual. It will save you from countless mistakes. The ritual: pause, breathe, question. 1. Pause. The second the emotion rises, don't act, don't speak, don't type. 2. Breathe. 1 deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Reclaim physiological control. 3. Question. And here's the golden question. Is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it pass. Do not invest your energy in something you cannot control. Your affirmation: I listen to my emotions, and I choose my response. Principle 3. Stop expecting fairness. This is one of the hardest, but most liberating truths. The universe does not owe you fairness. That sentence might sting, but it's the truth that will set you free. Every time you expect life to play by your rules, you're handing it the power to break you. We tell ourselves, "I worked hard. I deserve this. I was kind, so they must be kind back." But the universe doesn't keep score the way we do. You can be the hardest worker, and someone else, the brown noser, gets the promotion. You can be the kindest friend, always listening, and you still get taken advantage of and abandoned when you need help. You can give your best effort to a project, and it fails miserably because of something external, like a pandemic. You can live a healthy life, no vices, and still get a terrible disease. We are taught you reap what you sow. But the reality is, sometimes you sow apple seeds, and a storm comes and washes it all away. And sometimes bad people sow wind, and they don't reap the whirlwind. That is reality. Someone else was born into a wealthy family, and you were not. That is not a judgment. It is context. And context does not determine your dignity or your intrinsic worth. Stoicism teaches, do the right thing because it is the right thing, not because it guarantees a good outcome. Your reward is the action itself. That is an internal profit that no one can take from you. Marcus Aurelius even said, you can commit injustice by doing nothing. Meaning, when you see something wrong happen to others and you stay silent because it's not my business, you yourself are contributing to the world's injustice. Your only duty is to act justly, not to demand that the universe treat you justly. When you stop expecting the world to be fair, you stop hurting yourself twice. This is a key idea. The first wound is the unjust event, the betrayal, the bad luck. That hurts. The second wound is your resentment, your anger, your self-pity. Why me? This is so unfair. This second wound is more painful than the first. It lasts longer, and it is entirely self-inflicted. This choice is making you spiritually bankrupt every day. Have compassion for yourself. You deserve peace. When you accept that life is not fair, you become unbreakable. Because nothing surprises you anymore. Everything is training. Every rejection becomes a lesson in resilience. Change your internal question immediately. From why me to what now? Why me is the question of a victim. It looks to the past and demands pity. What now is a question of a warrior. It looks to the present and demands action. This world is a battlefield, not a courtroom. Arguing with reality or resenting it is like screaming at a hurricane. It only makes you more tired. Pain is not a sentence. It is an exercise to build your discipline and endurance. Your affirmation: external fairness is not promised. Internal peace is my choice. Principle 4. Focus only on what you can control. If Principle 2 was about mastering your internal emotional waves, then Principle 4 is about learning to see which waves are yours and which ones belong to other people. This is the principle of managing your energy portfolio. If you apply only this one principle, your life will change. Most of us are exhausted. Why? We are exhausted not because we work too hard, but because we worry too much. We are wasting 100% of our mental energy on things we do not own. You worry about what other people think of you. You don't control it. You are exhausted. Your plan is slightly derailed by rain. You don't control it. You panic. You try to change your partner, change your boss, change your parents. You don't control them. You fail and grow bitter. You get angry at the traffic. Instead of screaming at reality, gently come back and ask, What small step can I take in the area I do control? Because spending energy on things outside of Circle 1 is an investment that never pays off. Epictetus, who gave us the clearest map to inner freedom, said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." This is called the dichotomy of control. This is the golden boundary of freedom. So, what do you control? Exactly 3 things. 1. Your thoughts, your judgments, your opinions. Is the rain good or bad? That's your judgment. 2. Your actions, your choices, your efforts. You choose to sleep in or wake up. You choose to speak with kindness or cruelty. 3. Your attitude, how you choose to face what happens. What do you not control? Everything else. The past, the future, your health. You only control the actions to care for it, not whether you get sick. Your money. You only control the effort to earn it. And most importantly, the opinions and actions of all other people. Imagine your mind is an inner fortress. You are the soldier at the gate. Every time you worry about external things, the market, others' opinions, you're willingly opening the gate and letting chaos flood in. The Stoic is a strict gatekeeper. They only allow what is theirs to pass. Thoughts, actions, attitude. Everything else? It's just information, not a threat. When you master this, you stop wasting energy. You stop trying to change people who don't want to change. You stop arguing with reality. The world outside can shake, but your fortress remains standing. The 2 circles exercise. Take a piece of paper right now. Draw 2 circles, one inside the other. The small inner circle, label it, Circle 1, my control. Right inside it, my effort today, my attitude, my actions, my response. The large outer circle, label it, Circle 2, no control. Right inside it, my colleague's opinion, the final outcome of the project, the weather, the economy, the past, the stock market. Invest 100% of your energy into Circle 1. That is the only place you can generate a sustainable return. All energy thrown into Circle 2 is a spiritual loss. Your affirmation: I invest my energy in what I control. Principle 5. Practice voluntary hardship. Principle 1 was about changing how you see pain, changing your mindset. Principle 5 is about putting that on your calendar, making it a system of training. This is how you go to the gym for your willpower. As we said in Principle 1, society programs us to love comfort. And because of this, our modern minds are weak because they have so little resistance. We get confused. We think comfort equals safety. That is the biggest lie of our time. Excessive comfort is the trap. It doesn't make you safe. It makes you dependent. It makes your will atrophy. Seneca, one of the richest men in Rome, knew this well. He regularly practiced voluntary poverty. He would set aside a few days a month, wear his oldest clothes, eat stale bread and water, and sleep on the floor. Why would a millionaire do this? He was vaccinating his mind. He was asking himself, is this the worst thing I'm afraid of? Is this bankruptcy? I can totally handle this. The purpose: he practiced loss before loss arrived. He reminded himself his value was not in his assets. He was training his resilience. When you have practiced living with the minimum, the fear of losing luxury no longer terrifies you. Here are your modern-day hardship practices. You don't need to sleep on the floor. 1. Take the cold shower, and while you're in there, try one day without complaining. Just observe the feeling. That's a victory. 2. Skip sugar. Say no to what you crave for 1 week. 3. Wake up early. Win the battle against the warm bed, even on a weekend. 4. Walk instead of drive. Choose the slightly harder path. 5. Enter the difficult conversation. Stop avoiding it. Handle it. 6. Exercise, especially when you don't want to. That's when it matters most. When you can endure voluntary discomfort, any involuntary misfortune that arrives, losing a job, a breakup, a crisis, will feel lighter. You are buying insurance for your future with the currency of discipline today. You are proving to yourself that you are stronger than you think. Your affirmation: I train in peace to stand unbroken in the storm. Principle 6. Detach from outcomes. Love the process. This is why most people fail. We are addicted to results. We tie our self-worth, our happiness, to the outcome. And that makes us incredibly weak, like a gambler. When you attach your value to the outcome, you have given control of your happiness to circle number 2. Things you don't control. 1. The gym. You go to the gym for 1 week. Look in the mirror. See no six-pack. You get discouraged. You quit. You were focused on the outcome, six-pack, instead of the process, the fact you showed up today. 2. Business. You start a business. 3 months pass. Sales aren't soaring. You conclude, I'm not cut out for this, and shut it down. You were focused on the outcome, sales, instead of the process, the 50 sales calls you made. 3. Love. You confess your feelings. The other person doesn't feel the same. You're crushed. You think you're worthless. You were focused on the outcome, being accepted, instead of the process, the courage it took to be vulnerable. 4. Finance. You've just started learning to manage your money. Track is every small expense. You look at your savings account and it's not growing fast. Your income is increasing slowly. You get discouraged. But the process of committing to it every day is turning you into a more disciplined and patient person. That is the real asset. Marcus Aurelius told himself, never let the future disturb you. Worrying about the outcome is letting the future disturb you. Every moment you obsess over the result, you're abandoning the present, the only arena where you actually have power. The truth is this: you do not own the harvest. You only own the planting of the seed. You don't control if the seed sprouts. There's weather, soil. You only control the act of planting it every day. Your happiness, your profit, must be found in the planting. True wealth is in the action, not the prize. External success is just a byproduct. It's the consequence of your commitment to the right process, day in and day out, regardless of the result. When you detach from the outcome, a magical thing happens. You perform better. The fear of failure disappears, leaving only focus on the task at hand. Your happiness must be in the effort, not in the result. Write this down and put it where you work. The result is not mine. The effort is. Your affirmation: my wealth is in my effort, not my outcome. Principle 7. Remember death, to live with urgency. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This is not a pessimistic, morbid thought. On the contrary, it is the most powerful awakening imaginable. Time is your only truly non-renewable asset, and it is running out every second. You cannot buy more time. It is the most precious asset you are burning every single day. Seneca said it beautifully. It's not that we have a short life, but that we waste much of it. Where do we waste it? We waste it endlessly scrolling, watching things that don't matter. We waste it on petty grudges, refusing to forgive people because of our ego. We waste it worrying about what other people think of us. We waste it because we unconsciously think we will live forever. We are always preparing to live without ever actually living. When you truly understand that your time is finite, all the garbage gets cleared away. 1. You stop procrastinating. You won't wait for tomorrow to start that project, to say, I love you. Someday is a lie. 2. You stop living for others. You won't waste another second trying to please people you don't care about. 3. You live with intention. You will cherish every moment. You will forgive faster. You will love harder. You will act with more courage. Death puts everything in its proper place. The judgment of others. It becomes meaningless. The fear of rejection. It's so small. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, and say, and think. For him, death wasn't a threat. It was a compass. It pointed him back to what truly mattered. Your exercise for tonight. Before you go to bed, take out your journal and write down 3 things you would regret most if tomorrow was your last day. For example, not apologizing to my mother, not starting my book, not having the courage to quit the job I hate. Now, pick one of them and commit to doing it this week. Not someday, this week. If you feel a tightness in your chest writing those 3 things, know that it's not weakness. That is your heart showing you what truly matters. You cannot take your money, your stocks, or your real estate with you when you go. But you take the legacy of how you lived and how you loved the people who mattered. Your affirmation. I treasure my asset of time because it is borrowed. And the final principle, the foundation of the entire Stoic fortress, the one that holds the most sustainable inner wealth. Number 8. Live by virtue, not for validation. The modern world operates in reverse. We live to be seen, to be praised, to get likes. Applause is the revenue we chase. We post pictures of our food not to enjoy it, but to prove we had it. We do charity work not out of kindness, but to check in. But that is empty revenue. It cannot save anyone in a tragedy. It does not bring true peace. It makes you a slave to attention. At the end of your life, the applause of others will not save you. Marcus Aurelius told himself every morning, be a good man. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Action, not words. Seneca said, virtue is its own reward. Meaning, when you do the right thing, the act itself is the reward. You don't need someone to pat you on the back. Your soul's net profit goes up, and only you know it. That is wealth no one can tax, and no one can take away. What does this mean in practice? You don't need a witness. You know. You choose honesty when no one is looking. You choose to return the wallet you found, even when you could have kept it. You choose to work diligently. even when your boss isn't there. You choose to keep your word. You choose to do what is right instead of what is popular. When you live for virtue, you gain peace. You sleep without regret. You no longer have to negotiate with your conscience. The world may misunderstand you, but they cannot touch you because you are no longer playing their game. Practice. Choose one core value, just one. Maybe it's honesty, courage, kindness, discipline, and commit to living by that value for the next 24 hours. And here's the most important part. Tell no one about it. Don't take a picture. Don't post about it. Don't seek recognition. Let the act be its own reward. Your affirmation. My wealth is my character, not the applause. 8 principles. 8 strategies to build your inner fortress. 1. See discomfort as an investment. 2. Master your emotions. 3. Accept unfairness. 4. Focus only on your circle of control. 5. Practice voluntary hardship. 6. Love the process, detach from the outcome. 7. Remember you will die, memento mori. 8. And live for virtue. Stoicism doesn't promise you an easy life. It is not a painkiller. It promises you a life of clarity. And when you truly understand that nothing external can destroy your internal worth, when the judgment of others is just noise, when the outcome is just a byproduct, when death is a motivator, you don't just become strong. You become unshakable. You become free. A freedom that comes from within. A peace that is steady, gentle, and compassionate. Start investing in yourself today.